Are you dreaming of a US green card, but are you confused about which one suits you the best? Well, you're not alone. With so many categories and so many requirements out there, choosing the right green card can actually feel overwhelming. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one fits your situation in 2025. This is Saiman Shetty. I'm the host and the founder of Smart Green Card program. And in today's video, we are breaking down the best green card options for you in 2025 for US permanent residency. Now, whether you're on an H-1B or an entrepreneur or an extraordinary ability professional, I'll walk you through the top pathways, the EB1A, the EB2, the NIW, and more. So don't miss this if you are planning for your US immigration journey. Watch till the end and drop your questions in the comments, and I or a member of my team will definitely answer it. Now, to be fair, there are multiple ways to get a US green card, but the right one for you depends on your profession. It also depends on your financial situation and eligibility. Let's break it down so that you can make a pretty much informed decision in this journey. The first option is the family-based green card, which is one of the most common ways to obtain a green card, and for some, it can also be the fastest option. If you are married to a US citizen, or if you have a US citizen parent or child, you may actually qualify under this category. There's also immediate relatives, which are spouses and unmarried children under 21, and even parents of US citizens. They have no visa wait times, making this one of the quickest paths to obtain a green card. Other family members, such as siblings or married children of US citizens, fall under the family preference categories, which then can take years or even decades due to visa backlogs because they are subjected to congressionally mandated quotas. Now, while the family-based green card is a great option, eligibility and processing times can actually vary based on your relationship and your country of origin as well. Now, with the family-based immigration paths out of the way, let's talk about what most people pursue a lot, which is the employment-based green cards. These are some of the most sought-after categories, which also is the reason why a lot of them are backlogged due to congressional limits. Let's discover that a little more. The EB1A green card, or the EB1 green card, is one of the best options available for high-achieving professionals. Now, what exactly is high achieving is pretty much subjective, but let's look at it this way. If you have a decent number of years of experience in a very specific area of work in your field, there are high chances that you might be able to exercise good amount of thought leadership, get great acclaim in that field, and evolve your profile to be viable for an EB1A green card. So if you have a strong track record in your field, whether it is technology, whether it's research, whether it's business or the arts or commerce, whatever the field is, there is no field restriction for the EB1A. This category could be perfect for you. The biggest advantage of the EB1A visa, though, is that it doesn't require employer sponsorship, or it doesn't even require labor certification. So you can self-petition this, giving you complete control over your application. And compare that against other green card categories like EB2 or EB3. EB1A is one of the fastest, especially for Indian applicants. It has shorter wait times because the bar is so high and not a lot of people go for it. And them not going for it is your advantage, where you can build your profile legitimately to a point that you qualify as an expert, a very specific expert who has risen to the top of a field, and you might potentially qualify. I personally took this route after struggling with the H-1B lottery system, and it changed my life. So if you are an expert in your field, this might be the way to go. If you don't meet the EB1A requirements, which to be fair are actually very high, the EB2 National Interest Waiver, or the NIW, can actually be another option for you. This category is for skilled professionals. It's for researchers or even individuals whose work significantly benefits the United States. It allows applicants to bypass the labor certification process, which typically is required for employment-based green cards, and it takes quite a few months to complete, maybe sometimes even years. A key advantage of the NIW, though, is that you can self-petition that as well, meaning that you don't need an employer to sponsor you, and then you're not subjecting yourself to all the drama that comes with an employer needing to sponsor your application. We all have been through that, and we all know the pain there. However, for Indian applicants, though, the EB2 category has decades of backlog. which basically means that the EB2 NIW also falls under the EB2 general category, and you will inevitably have to wait decades before your priority date gets current. So for most people who are especially from India, the EB2 NIW is not generally a viable option, except if there are edge cases that you are at, for example, running out of time on the H1B, 6th year, stuff like that, then the EB2 NIW might be a viable option for you to continue renewing that H1B. These are all very, very edge cases, and you should definitely consult an attorney before making any decision to pursue them. So like I said, the EB2 NIW or the EB2 category in general has decades long backlog, making the wait time significantly longer than the EB1A. But despite this, getting an EB2 NIW approval can also give you a priority date if you don't have one already, which means it can help speed up your EB1A green card process later if you qualify for that, because you can apply your priority date that you have gotten for the EB2 NIW into the EB1 and then pursue that separately. Additionally, like I said, it also allows for H1B extensions beyond the 6 years if your H1B is near expiring and then you do not have a priority date yet, or you don't have a priority date that is current. Next, there are the EB2 and the EB3 Green Cards, which are common employer-sponsored options, mostly for Indian professionals, but pretty much for everyone. But both come with significant challenges. First of all, your employer must go through this rigorous PERM certification process to prove that no qualified US worker is available for this job. Secondly, the wait times for Indian applicants stretch over decades in both these categories. So if your employer sponsorship is your only option, these paths can potentially work, but be prepared for long delays, especially how things are right now, and consider alternative routes like the EB1A green card if you are eligible and if you can build your profile to hit that high bar. You just need to present it in the right way overall, and if you're not sure how, don't worry. We have you covered. The Smart Green Card VIP plan gives you a step-by-step strategy to build a strong EB1A case. Check the link in the description below and let's get started, because that is the program most people have been using in order to find their EB1A success eventually. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell icon so that you do not miss any important update on US immigration news. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll be answering as many as I can, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you in the next one. This is Saiman Shetty signing off. Peace.